This is the tuning channel. It's actually slightly more exciting than the weather channel. So I'm just waiting for people to show up before I start teaching. If you're wondering why I don't start teaching right away, it's because I'm waiting for people to show up on the live stream. There's Pepper. Oh, you can see I'm wearing pants? Yeah, that's actually just a tattoo. I tattooed pants on me so I don't ever have to wear pants again. Hey, David Sillers is here. Hey, David, how you doing? David Sillers in Scotland, Pepper in Alabama. Are you steering clear of the tornadoes? I hear there was one in Tupelo. Went through downtown Tupelo. Got to save my coffee. I've already drunk most of it. Bob Schumann's in the house. Bob Schumann always sees my TikToks. I haven't done a TikTok in a while though. Bruce is here. Got a moderator finally. I made a little announcement at the Discord. Oh, let me post the Discord link so y'all can join up there if you're new. I changed the name of, actually I reversed it though. Music Reading Basics for Beginners is what I wrote. That's the, so I got, in fact, I've got to change, here's the Discord. I've got to change, where is it? Let me go to tab, go to my YouTube, because I called it, I've got two screens now, so finding my mouse is always, and now I know why people have the giant mouse thing, or the giant cursor. I'm like, why do you have a giant cursor? Because they have multiple screens and you'll end up losing your mouse. I hit 93,022, so actually slightly going up, but I'll tell you the revenue's way down on the YouTube. I don't know what's going on there. I did a video last week. I uploaded it, but it immediately flagged it as a. I did a the bluegrass jam in A this time at 100 beats per minute, and I actually got a little more detailed with it. Spent a little more on it, time on it, and let's see, content. Here we go. Live. Let me just reverse this here on 24. X. Let's see. Paste. All right, I'm going to put space there. Okay, save. All right. Oh, let me make sure that there's not a million ads. Sorry. Oh, shoot. I bet you they did put. Nope, just me. Okay, good. All right. Because if YouTube puts in an ad every 3 to 5 minutes, I will take those out. But I don't know they do that until about 24 to 48 hours after. So everybody's kind of catching up here on Joseph Finley. Good to see you. Holly's here. Hey, Holly. Just thinking about you. Let's see. Paul Meyer, my friend. C. Barry, good to see you. JF, good to see you. 60 miles north of Seattle. Oh, I bet that's gorgeous country right up there. I loved Seattle. When I went to Seattle, it was 97, I think. I taught a clinic up there. And I think it was Redmond. Where's the headquarters for, it was at a big mega church. I think the headquarters for Microsoft is in that city. Is it Redmond, Washington? I know it was east of Seattle, but we went to Seattle. We went to Pier or whatever, and went to the famous seafood place there. Whenever I taught those clinics, Maranatha, because it was the same people that did the Promise Keepers thing. The band was always major touring type musicians. And so they were, you're always, when you're touring with major artists, you're used to going to the best restaurants. And so they had a music, the road manager on every tour would know, he knew all the best restaurants. So we had a road manager and he always knew the best restaurants. So every town we went to some of the best restaurants, and we'd always have a reservation. It would be like 20 of us and they'd pick up the tab. It was marvelous. It was very, very bougie. I did that for 3 years. Oh, bummer. Matthew says Discord hasn't been working on his end. That's weird. Maybe download the app. See if it works better if you're using the browser to go there. Hey, Lena, good to see you. Yeah, and I have, thank you, Bruce, for all the paperwork you're doing here. Let's see. AJ, good to see you. Sam Stamos, good. Hope your hip's doing well. You were bouncing up and down. You were pretty happy about it, I think. Jack Lloyd, good to see you. Redmond is correct. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Redmond was nondescript. Redmond could have been Indiana for the most part. But boy, I'll tell you, living in Los Angeles and then driving around Seattle, you're just constantly on a bridge going over water. We also went to another restaurant. We went to 2 restaurants in Seattle. I can't remember the one in Jack, are you saying, oh no, you're in Austin. Who was it saying they were in Seattle? Or north of Seattle. Hey, George Gritz, good to see you. You're new. Okay. Oh, you don't play guitar. Oh, you play Greek bouzouki. Well, I barely play it. But if I move, how can I move? And see, I just don't know how to do this. Gosh, there it is. Do you see my Greek bouzouki back there? I just got I got it this year. I've gotten a lot of instruments this year. I've got something coming, today. I've got something new coming today. I need to do an unboxing. That's what I'll do. That'll be a fun unboxing. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I mean, I get it today some point, so I need to stick around. Udayan, good to see you, my friend. It's Skagit. In Skagit, is that where the Seattle guys? Who was that said that? Dang it! Oh yeah, Skagit County. Yeah. Jay. Sorry, Jay. I'm losing track. So, yeah, I'm doing a lot of hellos because I'm down to one a week now. I may do another one here or there. Alex is playing with me at church this weekend. Maybe we'll try to do a little jam and chit-chat this weekend or something. Might be kind of fun. I do need to kind of upgrade. I'm thinking, trying to think of ways that maybe I can upgrade how I'm doing this, but I need to have a way to do have a microphone and maybe make it sound better. But I need to there's a software I need to get that goes between Logic and OBS, or maybe just a freestanding software I can use with my interface that will allow me to have better sound quality. Anyway, so Gary, hey Gary, I bet you, I was just thinking, the Burnt Bridge Tavern is really good. It looks good, man. Dang. Some of that food, oh my gosh, the fish and chips, it looks amazing. Do you ever go to the Burnt Bridge? And you are way up there in Wisconsin. I was reading your song lyrics. And so I looked up on Google Maps. Oh, Becker, what's going on, Becker? Hey everyone, Becker. Let's see, Becker. Oh, hey, congratulations, Becker. Maxwell, right? Yeah, Udayan, it is a little bit of it is a little confusing at first when you start reading music. It makes a lot of sense. Keep in mind, it's been kind of the standard for hundreds of years. And truth be told, tablature goes back a long way. There's a lot of lute music in tablature. So it's not like tab is new, but it is can be kind of a crutch. We're working on reading. We've just done one lesson so far. We did the E string. Today we're going to do the B string. Okay? So we're about 13 minutes in, about 10 minutes in, and we're getting kind of to the lesson. I'm still going to preface it with this giant disclaimer. Reading music is fun. It connects you with other musicians. Pretty much every musician but guitar players learn to start out learning to read music. It's pretty standard. Notation makes sense once you start to learn it, and you can. It gives you a lot of information. But there is some information it doesn't give you. For example, it doesn't tell you where to play. We're going to play everything in first position for now. If we continue this series, we will eventually start working our way up the neck and redoing many of these very, very basic lessons further up the neck, so that you can start to learn position playing with reading at the same time. Reading will be very common in jazz and in classical music. A lot of jazz and classical music, you won't have tablature. In the studios, if you want to do studio music, movie, film, TV, stuff like that, game music, they won't send you tab, they will send you music. They'll probably send you MIDI, which you have to turn into music. So those are scenarios where music reading would come in play. If you want to sit down with someone else, a flute player, for example, or a trumpet player, or a sax player, or a violinist, and you want to sit down and read music with them, they're probably going to have something that looks like this, and you're going to be out of luck if you can't read it along with them. However, if they're playing trumpet, what they read here would be totally different than what we read. It would be a whole step off. And we can talk about that another time. It's not critical. Yeah, I bet the burnt bridge is good. It looks good. So you can walk there. Okay, that's great. So are you on the south side of the lake, or do you have a western exposure so that you get to see the sunset every day? Or because our cabin in Michigan, which looked very similar to the Lake Misaki that we had a cabin on, looks kind of similar. Although there was a fairly city of 700, a town right on the lake. So it definitely, I didn't see a town anywhere near your lake. I mean, like, I pulled away and I didn't see a town anywhere. So little restaurants pop up on woods, in woods roads, woody roads kind of thing. So. Deepest is 55 feet. Okay. I don't know what Misaki is. I think Misaki is probably a little deeper than that. It is controlled now. I don't know if your lake is controlled, but there's a runoff thing so they can adjust the height of the lake, or at least keep it from getting too high. Anyway, so I could do a little review if you want. We could go through the E string. Let's just do a little review of the E string, and then we'll go to the B string. I'll try to keep my headstock up here so you can see it. Okay, so we're just going to play. So the three notes on the E string that we learned last week were E, F, and G. Open, first fret, and third fret. And you can see that the open is on the very top space. Okay, that's E. And those are whole notes. Those are worth 4 counts. So if you hit that E, 2, 3, 4. They ring for a long time, 4 beats. Now, if the tempo is really fast, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. It depends on the tempo how long those actually are. Okay. The top line, the note written on the top line is F, and the note written above the whole staff right there, it's just kind of sitting on top of the staff, is G. Okay. So play E, F, G, F, E. Okay, I'm going to quiz you now, okay? Don't look at the music. Play an F. Okay, play a G. Play an E. Play an F. Play a G. Okay, so this is downloadable. It's at the Discord. Let me put the Discord link in again and then pin it. Sorry. 28. Oops, that's not the Discord link. Dang it. I gotta go get it again. 28 viewers. That's not bad. Okay, here's the Discord link. So go here. You can go to one of the tabs is one of the tabs. I wanted to do AEIOU when we had kids, but we only had 3 kids, and we only got Alex, and then Jack. When we had Jack, we decided not to go with Emerson. So, but we did go with Emma. So let's see. So if you go to that Discord, you can go to Tom's. What is it called? Tom's lesson PDFs and live stream lessons or whatever. This will be there as a PDF. The new one I just put up about an hour ago. And so you can practice this during the week. Hopefully you practice this a little bit, print it up so you have a copy of it on your music stand, and practice reading maybe with a metronome set really slow. And so what I try to teach you is the 3 notes. It's kind of not much there, not much to practice, and I try to mix it up a little bit to give you some variety. But then I showed you some whole notes or half notes. Oh, we didn't do whole notes, did we? No whole notes. Oh yeah, whole notes at the top. Duh. Okay, sorry. But I didn't do any more in the meat of the exercise. And so I'm just trying to mix it up, and I also showed you quarter note rests. Okay. So what I'm going to do is what's the last tempo we had here? Because I haven't used this metronome since then. 75. Okay, so I'm going to play through this whole thing top to bottom at 75, and then we're going to go to the next lesson, which is the B string. Okay, but this is a review of last week. Ready? See if you can keep up. If not, you can just follow along with your eyes, and if you lose track, try to listen to where I am and see if you can hear where I am. You know, using where I'm at. Try to find where I'm at on the chart. Okay, on the music. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. See if I can get all the way through without making a mistake. 4, F, 2, 3, half notes. E, 2, F, 2, G, 2. Quarter notes. Oops. Messed up. 1. Okay. Some of you, I didn't see a whole lot of messaging there, so that tells me that a lot of you were trying to keep up. It's fine if you couldn't keep up with it. Okay, just download this, practice it. You could set the metronome at 40 or 20, or 20 would be really hard, almost harder. But or you don't need to play with a metronome at all. You can just practice reading the notes. But ultimately, you want to try to learn how to read the half notes, see those and count those, the rests. It gets more, actually, it's only 3 notes, but it still gets complicated at the bottom because we have those rests. And I am muting the strings Yeah, exactly, Becker. This is when I teach. Here's another reason to learn this. I'll tell you another reason to learn this um, is because it's great for teaching kids. If you teach little kids, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids, they don't tend to have, particularly when I was teaching, they don't tend to have a lot of favorite songs, and they don't have the dexterity maybe play chords and bar chords and power chords and solos and things like that. So you got to really start them out simple, and it's not very fun because it's kind of baby songs in a lot of ways. That's why I'm not using songs because I don't want to have copyright issues, but I kind of just created something that's blatantly an exercise. Okay, now we're going to go to B, and here's the B chart. If you haven't seen it already, if you haven't downloaded it, you can see we've got a couple new elements here. All right. We still have half notes, whole notes, quarter notes. I added ties in here. So we have ties from quarter note to quarter note, and also from half note to half note. So you'll see why a tie is needed when we do this lesson. The other thing I showed you here is half note rests. Okay. And those look like little hats. If you look at bar 31 and 32, you can see those little hats there sitting on the middle line of the staff. Those are half note rests. That's how I remember it. It looks like a hat. And then there's more quarter note rests in there. But for the most part, it's just the B string. So what I'm going to do next week is we're going to do a lesson. We're not going to learn the G string. We're going to combine the B and E string. And then we may even do that again the next week, but this time we're going to do chord shapes. So you're going to read two notes at once, which will be interesting, okay? I might mix that into next week's lesson, but probably not. What I'll probably do is kind of a review of all the elements, the whole note, half note, quarter note rest, half note rest, and ties. I'll work all of those in with the review of the E and the B string, okay? That'll be the next one. And then after that, the week after that, like I said, I might do dyads, which are two-note chords. And so we will probably start to introduce that so you can start to read dyads. And I don't know if I'll be able to make it real fun or not, but we're going to try. And then I'll introduce the G string. And probably it won't be a lesson with the G string by itself because there's only really two notes on it, although maybe I'll show you A and then B because we use the B note a lot. So oh, is Catherine here? Oh, hey, Catherine. Someone in the band messed up in the middle. Wait, did I miss something? I'm always missing something. If it's important for me to, hey, Orville, how's it going? George Grits. Oh, no, I already said hi. Okay, so everybody's back. Matthew Scott, good to see. Oh, Jan's here too. Or Jan. No, Jan, that's Jan. Sorry. Oh, I'm glad, Holly. Thank you. That means a lot. I'm glad. Well, and this is it's a good thing, and it pretty much could go to the end of the year. I mean, one lesson a week. This I can make this look. And the great thing about it is that you can now. I don't know if you know how to do this, but you can bookmark specific points of a video so that you can reference them on YouTube. So you can, if you go to share. You get to the point where the lesson starts. Hit the share button. And then it has a little box there that says, set the start point at this one, and it'll add the seconds to the URL. And so that way you can send that to yourself. You can put it or you can copy that link and put it in a PDF or something. I mean, in a Word doc or something, so that you can go back to it if you want to go to the E string and go back to it. And so that's fine with me, because that means I get more views on some of these videos, by the way, which I don't know, did that video get many views? Where are we? Content, here we go. Yeah, so Oh, not bad. 803. Okay, that's better than most. That's good. 803 views. That's good. Prior to that was 557, 602, 396, 420, 420, 639, 449. Yeah, so definitely this one on the groove's got 900, but other than that, yeah, that's not bad for 1 week for this thing. You know, like I said, I think 1,000 views makes me about $3, if I'm not mistaken. I might be able to see, maybe not even that much, to be honest. Let's see. Analytics, revenue. Wait, what? Yeah, it says $24. Like, I can't believe that. That doesn't seem right. $24 on 1,000 views, is that right? Maybe that's right. 1,000 views is, yeah. Maybe it is worth my time. I don't know. So I'm just giving you guys the honest truth. Okay, so let's continue this lesson. So now we're on the B string. And the cool thing about the B strings is as far as frets go, it's the same as the E string. Okay, I'm going to try to keep my headstock in the window here if I can. Sorry. Okay, so we were 0, 1, 3 on the E string. We're also 0, 1, 3 on the B string. And the open is B, and that is written on the middle line. Okay, you see that? B? That's written on the middle line. And then right above that is C. Now, you probably learned FACE, the face thing. Okay, the spaces, if you start on the bottom space, that's F. The next space is A. The next space is E, and I'm sorry, C, and then E. And so you know that we did, oh, sorry, I'll add, let me, no, they're the same. 2 quarter notes tied are exactly the same as a half note. No difference. Okay, as far as their length, unless the notes are different. If that first note were a B and the second note were a C, then that would imply a hammer-on or a slide, a slur of some kind, a bend, something like that. So, check the currency. Yeah, Orville. It's pesos. It's yen. 24 lira. It's lira. It's not even. It doesn't even exist anymore. 1,000,000 lira. Wow, he's rich. Okay, so, and then the D is the top. Is not the top. Is the second from the top line or the fourth from the bottom. And maybe some of these are a little hard to read, but you know what? I think you'll get them. If you're watching this on your phone, it's going to be tough. But if you're watching on a big screen or a laptop or something like that, I think, who is it? Is it is it Catherine that watches on like a 47-inch TV or something like that? Hey, Catherine, how's it going? Anyway, sorry, I'm such a little brother. Okay, better than being a big brother, I guess. Okay, so open B, first fret, and then third fret. I'm actually a big brother to my little sister and a little brother to my big sister, whose birthday it was yesterday. May the 4th be with you, is her birthday. Okay, everybody take a sip for my sister Gwen's birthday. Not Lee, the one you know. It's my other sister. She should get on here too. Okay, so here's the B string. Play that. And then first fret is C, and third fret is D. All right, let's play that top line. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4. We're going to repeat it. 2, 3, 4. Take care, Becker. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And I was going to say, another reason to learn to read music, 4, is you can use this as a way to teach children to read music. So if you've got grandkids or children you want to learn to read music, start on the guitar, but they can't really get chords yet, this is a great way to start. Gives them a bit of a foundation. It's exactly how I started. 2, 2, 3, B again. Open, 2, first fret. 2, 3, 4. And look where I ended up. Okay, ready? Next line, half notes. 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. C. Sorry, B, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, D, 4. C, 2, B, 4. Let's do it one more time. B, 2, second line. Okay, now let's do the top two lines together. Okay, so we're going to read from bar 1 to bar 8, straight through, okay? No repeats this time. Well, we might go back to bar 1, but let's just do those two bars, or two staves. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 D. 2, 3, 4 C. 2, 3, 4 B. Keep your eye on the music, okay? And so for now we have letter names and fingers. Fingerings, right? The next line we're not going to have that. Okay, go back to the beginning. B, 2, 3, 4. These are whole notes. 3, also called footballs. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. B, 2, B, C, C, D, D. Okay, we're going to move on. Keep going to the next line. Here we go. 4 B's. 1, 4 C's. All downstrokes. 2 C's, 2 B's. Back to the beginning of that line. 4 B's. C, 2. 4 D's. 2 C's, 2 B's. Back to the beginning of the line. Okay, now we're going to go back to the second line, to the half notes. Up there, B. Let it ring. B. C. So, bar 6, bar 7. D. D. Maybe keep your pinky out if you can. B. Okay, go on. BBs. BBs. CCs. DDDDs. 2 C's, 2 B's. Back to the half notes. Half note B. Let it ring. Again. C. 2. 4. 2. Snare hit. Snare hit. 4 B's. 1, 2, 3. You're reading music. That's pretty cool. Okay, D. Now, if you can already do this, okay, we can stop here. If you can already do this, if you're someone like Becker, or Becker's way beyond this, but if you're way beyond, you know, if this is too easy for you, then try finding the same notes here on the 3rd string or on the 4th string, okay? And that way you can practice your reading in different positions. I also want you notice how I didn't write out fingerings the rest of the chart. The only thing I did was the top 2 lines, because I don't want you to be staring at numbers and letters. I want you to be looking at the notes. That's really what's important. Okay, now it's going to get a little bit more mixed up, but not too bad. I just, in the next line, 13 through 16, I kind of used, I don't really mix up the notes too much. You can see a bar of B's, a bar of D's, a bar of C's, but I mix up where the half note is. And so we're just going to play the next line, 13. I'll play it first so you can hear it. 13 through 16, just that one. Then we're going to get into the ties, okay? And I'll answer that question about the ties. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Follow along with me with your eyes. I'm going to do it again. 13. 4. 2. 4. 2. Okay? I got something on my glasses. Probably coffee. A smudge of some kind. So, let's play that one together now that you've heard it.
which is kind of cheating. My son, when I was teaching him how to read music, when I was teaching him this kind of, I created this kind of stuff for him too. His ear was so good. He would just hear me play it once, and he wouldn't be reading it. He would just be playing it from ear and memory, and I'm like, "Dang it, kid!" That's a temptation, and that's fine because your ear is good. Eventually, the reading will get so hard that you won't be able to do that. Oh, sorry if I'm not keeping my head stuck in the view. Sorry. Yeah, I am totally a little brother. Holly, you're not watching me on a giant TV, are you? Are you? Okay, so the fourth stave down, bars 13 through 16. Let's play it together. I'm going to go ahead and do this. 2, 3, 4. B, B, half note. D, 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 C, 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 B, 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 D. Go to the line above it. 9. 4 Bs. 2, 3, 4. Bar 10. Continue on to the next line. Again to bar 9. 2, 3. 13. Sorry. Sorry. I'm getting my cable's in my way here. I'm trying to keep this headstock in the view here. You know what? Can I make this a little bit bigger, maybe? I don't know. We don't really need the bout of the guitar. You don't need to see that, but you don't really need me any bigger. Okay, so I turn off this metronome, drive me insane. Chinese water torture. Okay, now bar 17. We're actually gonna play bar 17 all the way to the. I'm gonna play it bar 17 all the way to the end of 24. So two staves of music here, and it's basically a pattern. I kept it very simple, except for the last 2 bars. It's just two measures of B note, 2 measures of C note, 2 measures of D note. Okay. Hey, Connor Owens, good to see you. Sam's having tacos. I taught guitar, I guess you could say professionally, for 35 years, Bruce. I taught from the age of 15. I still teach privately, so I guess you could say 45 years. From the age of 15 to the age of 50, and I was paid all of that time. Started teaching privately when I was 15, but at a store when I was 17, and I taught at that store until I was 21 and moved to Los Angeles, and I continued to teach privately, and I taught clinics for Maranatha Music, which was sponsored by Taylor Guitars, so I ended up becoming a Taylor artist. Yeah, so, yeah, great. Well, yeah, you got it. Bruce got it. 15, yeah, when I was 15. But yeah, over 20 years is correct. Okay, so here's the thing about ties. Musically, what if we want a half note, we want to hold a note over a bar? We can't use a half note there because then you would have 5 beats in a 4-beat bar. These are 4/4 bars. You can see at the very, very top it says 4/4. That means each bar gets 4 beats, and that could be 4 quarter notes, it could be 2 half notes, it could be 1 whole note, it could be 8 eighth notes, but it has to equal 4 quarter notes ultimately. So if you look at bar 17, we have a quarter note and we have a half note, which is worth 2 quarter notes. So there's 3 quarter notes, and we have another quarter note, but we want that to keep ringing. If we put a half note there, now you've got a bar of 5. That would just be insane to try to keep track of. And then to have a bar of 3, 4, the next bar for that half note and that quarter note, that makes no sense. It would be so confusing. So the tie was, created to be able to solve that problem. Basically what it means is you do not pluck the second note that's tied to, okay? You pluck the first one, but not the second one, giving that value a whole note or half note value, okay? I don't know, Connor looks new, but at the same time his avatar looks familiar, so I don't know. Okay, now, so I'm going to turn the click on and I'm going to play, I'm going to play bar 17 and 18. Okay, so I'm going to stay on the B string. If you want to join in with me, you can, okay, because you'll start to hear, oh, that makes sense. It makes sense once you start to play it and hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Lena. 17, 4, 1, 2, 3. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We've got a visitor. What do you want? You never come in here. Oh, you got to see this. I don't know if she'll let me pick her up, but okay, I'm going to put my guitar away. Come here. Come here. Get it. Look. Oh, no, she ran away. She got a tiger cut, so she looks preposterous. She looks like a Lorax right now. Okay, so you see that. We're going to do it again. I'm going to play bar 17 again, just 17. And almost makes more sense at a faster tempo, okay? So like if I were playing this a faster, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear kind of. Thanks for the coffee, Lena. So yeah, so you can see that kind of that rhythm. You could hear that being used. Okay, it's very common. Ties are very common. Okay, so I'm gonna play 17, 18. I'm gonna play all the way to 20. So the end of the bar. So I'm just gonna play B and C. Okay, with the click. To join me if you want. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 2. Sorry. 3. Sorry. 3. Okay. So let's do. I'm going to do the whole 2 lines. Okay. 17 to 24. Okay. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. To C. To D. 1. There we go. I'm mixing it up now. Back to 17. 1, 3. I got off. Somewhere I got off. Okay, now what I want to do is, if you print this up, you can think of, you notice I put double bars at the end of every stave. Okay, you want to think of those as repeat signs. You can practice each line of music multiple times until you have it down. All right, you're probably going to memorize it. So you're gonna at some point you're gonna stop reading, and that's okay. That's okay. As long as the way you got to that point was reading, you're learning. If you're using your ear and your ear learns it and your ear is getting better from all this, that's also okay. The goal is to kind of move on, though. Eventually you won't go back to this music because it'll be too baby. It'll be like, oh, that's baby music, but not yet. It doesn't feel that way yet. Okay, so you won't be going back all the way back to here. So if someday you want to go back, then you'll forget all the notes and the melodies and everything, and so you will be sight reading. You won't be able to use your ear anymore because it's been so long since you played it. Okay, and I think you're going to ultimately end up with Tom Strahle's book of music reading when we're done with this, because I'm creating a page of music every week for these lessons. All right, and that's why you go to the Discord, which is pinned. So the Discord is pinned. Thank you, David Sillers. Lena, thank you again. But the PDF is at the Discord, so the Discord link is pinned. Go there if you want. Tony Rice would ash his cigarettes in the sound. Well, there's a good reason to smoke. Yeah. The David Sillers, the octave stuff is, I much prefer to have 8 VA, or you wrote 8 TR. I don't know. It's 8 VA is what I'm used to. You can see the cat. Hey, kitty. Kitty. I don't know if you can see her tail. Hold on, check this out. Check out her tail. She got the lion cut. So she's got a big giant mane. She's got booties and a thing on her tail, and that's it. They shaved everything else off. Do you like your cut? Do you like your lion cut, kid? All right. She thinks I've got food, but I don't. I don't know why she's in here. She never comes in here. All right. She's just going to sit there staring at me. She's so funny. And she's a Maine Coon. We thought she was overweight cat, but Maine Coons are big cats. So she's actually right in the range. The veterinarian told her, yeah, no, you're fine. She's part Maine Coon. So, yeah, try reading Latin, exactly. Okay, so we're going to do 17 through 24 again here in a second. I got off somewhere because I heard the click go by, but I got distracted by the cat. So I have an excuse. But yeah, I'd rather see 8 VA, David, for reading the high notes and a bunch of ledger lines. Oftentimes, if I get a music from a composer, if I get the MIDI and it's got a lot of high notes, I'll knock it down an octave and then print the chart so that I'm not reading millions of ledger lines. It makes no sense to work that hard. I mean, this is G. I know this is G. I don't need to read the GE ledger lines. We won't be doing that. We'll go up. We'll get some ledger. We'll get this A. We maybe get the C up here. We may even go all the way up to the E. I can read up to E, no problem. It's just after that it gets to be a little bit like, what is that note again? You know, if it's a phrase. I mean, I just had a thing. I mean, this was. Look at all this music. This is 1 week of sessions. Where was that? Maybe 2 weeks of sessions. It's crazy. But I had something for this actually was for an audiobook, believe it or not. I was playing guitar on an audiobook, and it was acoustic. And I don't know if this, it's around here somewhere. I'm not going to waste it. But anyway, I've got to invoice somebody. I forgot. I just saw a chart and I went, oh, shoot, I never invoiced. Oh, yeah, here you go. You can see I wrote down the fret numbers because I was like, oh, heck no. It was pretty high up kind of stuff. And So I wrote down, I got all the way up to the 20th fret. I actually, I had to, that's a C sharp. And I had to actually tune my guitar up a half step to get it because I only went to C. So I only went to the 19th fret on the acoustic. I think, is that right? 15, 17, 19, 20. Oh no, well, it actually was the 21st fret. That was a C sharp. But I had to tune the E string up to F to get that note, to get that whole line. So I had to learn. That's why I wrote down the frets, because I wasn't reading the music because it was off by a fret. So yeah. Yeah. So you learn to read music in high school, but applying it to guitar is a totally different thing. Okay, so I'm going to do bar 17 through 24 again here. If you want to join me, I'm going to try to stick it. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4, 17. 1. 1. That last 2 bars is hard. Don't worry. And I would put a repeat sign around these 2 lines. Repeat these 2 lines, not just 1 line. 3, 1, 3. Okay, so here's the thing about this. If you look at bar 17, if you look at the second beat, right, that half note, and then the tied quarter notes, and then the half note. Okay, that half note and the tied quarter notes is the same as bar number 5 at the very top, second line down, the 2 B's. Okay, notice it's B2, B4, right? There's you're holding it over, B2, B4, and so you got room for the snare drum, B2, B2. In this case, we're playing B's on 2 and 4, and so the blanks are, it's 1, 2, 3. We have a space. Note 1, 3, 1. So it's just like you took that bar 5, and moved it over 1 quarter note, and that's what it would look like. And that's musically something that you would need to do all the time. Okay, hey, Aslan's in the house. Yeah, definitely, Catherine. Counting out loud is totally fine. Tapping your foot is a good thing. Having a metronome, all of those things. This is one of those times where I would say don't use a drum machine. Like, don't have a drum beat going. She just wants to be petted, I think, which is pretty rare for her. Yeah, you silly kitty. You want to go outside? Did you see something outside? No, you don't want to go outside. The gardeners are going to be here in a minute. All right. So we're going to move on. I only see 2 more ties in the rest of this music. So we're going to go to bar 25, and we're just going to play to the end of bar 28, okay? We're just going to play those 4 beats. It sounds like this. So I'm just randomizing things now, okay? So there's nothing really new to learn here, except we've got some half notes mixed in with some tied notes, things like that. I actually have a half note tied to a quarter note down bar 33, so we'll get to that in a second. So 25 is B, B, C, D, C, B, let it ring, C, D, 4, B, D, B, D. Just practice that. Look at that. Bar 27 or 28. Okay. All right. Let's play it with the click. We're going to repeat that line. So bar 25 to 28. We're going to go back and forth on it. Okay. Cat wants to be petted. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25 again. Rest, not rest, but hold. One more time. Okay, now you can kind of think of these lessons, the E1 and these lessons as multiple lessons. Like I said, you could repeat each line. In this case, I would repeat like 17 to 24. I would make that an exercise and try to repeat that. You can slow down your metronome. 25 through 28 could be, you could just repeat, do that line multiple times. That's an exercise. Again, I'm just randomizing the notes. I've only got 3 notes to randomize, so there's not a lot I can do with it musically. Now, the next line, 29, we're going to learn half note rest. So before we were doing rest, and remember, I wasn't letting the note ring over the rest, and you shouldn't. If it says rest, there should be nothing there. And so we're going to do that here. There's not a lot of notes in this line 29 through 32. Because we have two half note rests, which takes up 50% of the bar, so it doesn't really leave much for. There's probably a bar joke in there somewhere. So there's not much left in the bar because the half note is taking up most of the space there. If we had a dotted half note, it'd be taking up 3/4 of the bar. So we haven't talked about dotted notes. That's another thing we'll add in as we go. Okay, so here we go. Bar 29, I'll play it slowly. Rest, 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 rest. Again. B, D, C, rest. C, rest. D, D, rest, rest. C, D, rest, rest. What? She wants me to feed her, and it's like, do you know it's probably about 7 hours from dinner time? And I know I'm not going to put you out because, well, as soon as you hear the garter, you're not going to want to go out anymore. I can guarantee it. Okay, sorry. Stupid cat. She's never in here. I should shut the door now. If I get up and walk towards the door, she'll think I'm going to go feed her or something. So she'll run ahead. Yes, you know I'm talking about you, don't you? Okay. She hates to be picked up, so I'm not going to do that. Let's do this together. So we're at bar 29 to 32 with the click. 26 likes. That's pretty good. All right. 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. Where am I? Oh, no. Bar 29. Sorry. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. Play along with me. Rest, 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 rest again. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 okay? Rest, rest. Okay, next line. And again, I could go back a bar if we want. We could do that. Let's do 25 through 32, all right? So we're going to start at 25 on the beat 2 B notes there, and we're going to go all the way to 32, and then we'll repeat that. So let's do that one. 25 to 32. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, rest, rest, oops. Okay, let's do it again, rest, rest. Rest, oh no, not rest, sorry. That should have been a hold. 29. I'm multitasking here. Rest. 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 One more time. Rest. Rest. 25. 4. 2. 1. 4. Rest. Almost done. Rest, 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 rest. Now, if you'll notice, one of the things you can, if you take two lines and work it, you know, and you can take any two lines, you know, you can adjacent lines. That makes it a little easier. But you can take this. It looks like just one sheet of music. You can turn it into 4 or 5 sheets of music by doing different combinations of lines and stuff. So like we could have done 21 through 28. We could have done 21 all the way to the end of the 29 bar, which is 32. So we're going to do 33 now, and really not a whole lot going on there except 2 half notes and then a half note tied to a quarter note, which means it's going to ring out for 3 beats. Okay, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, all quarter notes to the end of the bar. You see that? So from that point forward, it's all quarter notes. Now, one of the things about tied notes into the next bar, it makes it tough, even for me still, to keep track of where 1 is. Sometimes it throws you off. There's a lot of times where I have a lot of music, it's in 4/4, but it's a 3/4 feel. So you end up with these, like a dotted half note, and then a quarter note tied to a half note, and then a half note tied to a quarter note. And so really, it's like really hard not to think in 3/4 because you got this. I could do that at some point. I'll do that, and you can see because we're gonna get into dotted notes, so you can start to see that. And I'll show you. You know, I'll write out an example of like, wow, this feels like 3/4, but it's written in 4/4. Something like that might be if I were to do 2, 3, 4, like 2, 3, 1. I'm going through in groupings of 3, but the metronome is clicking on 4s, and the chords are changing every time they're changing changing on beat 1, then they're beat 4, and then it's beat 3, and then it's beat 2, and then it's beat 1 again. And so the chord change happens in a different spot in the bar every time. So it's really hard to keep track of where you are in 4/4. What I'll do when I'm doing sessions is I have another screen that I drag the bar marker. It's basically keeps track of the bars. So it'll say, you know, beat 1 of a bar 100. So it'll be 100.1, and I'll see 2, 3, 4, 102, 1, 2, 3, 103, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, so you can see the beats go by. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, so we're going to do 33 to the end of that, which is 36. All right. Go to lunch. Yeah, you're going to go to lunch at the. Tell you what, go to lunch at the, I wish I could join you, the Burnt Bridge Tavern. Oh my gosh. I mean, seriously. Seriously, Gary, did you take this picture? Wait, can I save this picture? I want to save this picture. How do I save this picture? Aw. It won't let me save the picture. Oh, I'll just do a screenshot. Looks really good. Old school, man. I'm a big fan of coleslaw. So, Gary, I'm gonna make you hungry. Hold on, I gotta get my windows in order now. I'm all messed up here. So this is, yeah, I think there we go. It looks really good, doesn't it? This lesson brought to you by the Burnt Bridge Cafe or Tavern. Man, now I want to. Man, you know what I want for dinner tonight? Now, and look, that is that. Are those beans or is that applesauce? Well, I don't even know, but it looks really good. And I love that dark toast, that like dark bread pumpernickel with real butter on it, and then the tartar sauce. Holy cow! Yeah, we're gonna remove that. Okay, it looks really good. All right, so we just have a couple more lines of music here to do. Okay, so we're at bar 33. We're going to go to the end of that line and repeat that. I'll play it right now for you so you can hear it. It's basically 2, 3, starts on B, open B, 2, 4, 1. 2, 1. Again, I'm trying to randomize it. Potato pancakes. Ah, that makes sense. 2, 4, 1. Pabst. I know Pabst Blue Ribbon. You have a 30-pack. Yeah, Pabst is actually not bad. It was like a little meme in the 70s and 80s, like, oh man, Pabst is the worst beer ever. And it's like now for some reason it's like, well, that's not bad beer. So, okay, you ready to play this with me? Bar 33, here we go. 1, 2, open B, 3, 4. 2, 4, 1. So just a reminder, you don't play the note that's tied. You let it ring through that. You play the first note of a tie, but not the second. 2, 1. Again, one more time. 2. I can see 1. Everyone's playing this. I'm so glad you all are trying to do this with me. Very good. Okay. The next bar is going to be pretty simple. We're going to have a lot of rests. Okay. So the next line down is going to be fairly simple. Ooh, you put the applesauce on the potato pancakes. Okay. Dang. And I haven't eaten anything today. All I've had is coffee. And I went for a run this morning. 15-mile run. No, I didn't. No, I haven't run in months. So I just went for a short run. Right, Kitty? Right? Can you say something? You have something to say to everybody? Okay. All right. So the next line, again, was a lot of rest in this next line. The bottom line is just I'm mixing it up. So bottom line is actually fairly easy rhythmically, mathematically. It's just, you just got to practice staring at the notes, okay? No worries, Alan. This would be a good one to start from the beginning, though. So you can scroll back, but if you want to stay with us now so you can be texting, that's fine too. Yeah, Gary, that's pretty far up there. You're north of Green Bay, so you're up in that part of the kind of the finger or the thumb of Wisconsin. Is that where you live year round, or is that just a summer home? Because a lot of people in that area, they live in like in Michigan. I know like everybody had lakes or cottages up at our lake. They didn't live there year round. Nobody did. They were from Flint, or they were from Grand Rapids or Grand Ledge, or even Detroit. Muskegon, not Muskegon. People live in Muskegon. They're already near the water, so it would be somebody more from the inland, part of the city part of Michigan. And imagine that same kind of thing's true of Wisconsin, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. They're very unique in their own way, but there's a certain thing in that northern. There's a sense of humor up there that's very unique, and there's a lot of lakes, so water is a big part of life, particularly in the summertime. And most kids learn to water ski. I think you said that in your song, Gary, that you learned to water ski. So I can water ski. I can't slalom. I barefooted once. I'll tell you that story later. It was interesting. Barefooting. I had a friend who was a very good water skier, so he taught me to barefoot, but it wasn't for long. I tried to do it the other way, but I couldn't. I couldn't drop a ski. That's just like, yeah. I saw him do it. I'm like, this is no way. Okay, so we're gonna do bar 37 to the end of bar 37. So it's really, really simple. I'll play it right now with the click so you can see it. Okay, but it's a lot of rest. It's a lot of empty space. 4, 1, 3, rest, 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 3, rest, 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 rest. One more time. Here we go. Hopefully you're playing with me. Sorry. 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. B. 2, 3, 4. B, C. We're playing bar 37. 1, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And if any of these bars are really hard for you individually, you can always create a little exercise out of it, okay? Say, just counting that first bar, 37. 1, 3, 4, 1. If you just need to practice that for 1, totally do that. Say the last bar in that line, but bar 40 is hard for you. Just make a loop out of it, okay? And practice until you got it down. Probably not that hard. Okay, so the last line we're going to get to in a second. Yeah, Sam lives in Michigan, and Michigan is there are a lot of Greeks in Michigan. Now I think, well, tell me, Sam, if Spagnola and Bonifiglio, those are Italian. So our neighbors, yeah, they were Italian, not they weren't Greek. But I know we had neighbors in Lake City that were Greek. Look up where Lake City is. I don't know if you've ever been to Lake City, Sam, but it's not too far from you. On the other side, so you're over by Bay City, I think. It's on the other. It's not even on the other side. It's like Lake City's in between Cadillac and Houghton Lake, and everybody's going, "Wow, where?" It's like, "Oh yeah, you know the big city, Ishpeming." It's like, wait, what? Ishpeming is an actual city in Michigan. She's still sitting here. Well, that's weird. The gardener's not here yet, but that's okay. Maybe I'll be able to. I forgot to make him a check. Okay, so nothing. Cheese quesadilla. Ooh, cheese quesadilla. That sounds really good. I'm gonna try to go a week without dairy if I can. Boy, that's gonna be hard though because I can't put. What do I do in my coffee? I guess I go with soy milk. I'm going to go a week without dairy just to see if I feel any different. Everybody's like, oh, dairy's bad for you. I'm like, I feel fine. I drink a lot of milk and cheese and all that. So, I don't know. I just want to do it for one. Oh, wow, that's already shipped. Okay, cool. I just want to do it for 1 week. Okay, last line. Almost solid quarter notes, except for the very last beat is a half note beat, okay? And also, please resist the temptation to write the letter names of the notes or the frets on here, okay? I want you reading the music, not any other. I had students that would do that, and I would like, no, don't do it. I would sometimes give them an exercise and have them do it. Almond milk, thank you. That we have that. I think I have almond milk or soy milk. I'll do soy milk. It doesn't matter. It won't taste very good, but almond milk tastes good. I actually like almond milk. Coconut oil. You talk, and then just rub the coffee on me and go out in the sun. It actually would smell really good. I don't like the taste of coconut though. Never have. Mounds bars, nasty. Almond Joy, blah. On Halloween, if I ever got an Almond Joy or Mounds bars, like, gave them to my sisters. I'm like, I don't even want anything in return. You can just have them. So, let's see. Ypsilanti, yeah, Ypsilanti, yeah. I know Ypsilanti, yeah. I don't know if I've been there, but 7 miles east of Ann Arbor. Yeah, Oh, yeah, it's down there. It's pretty far south. Yeah, it's an okay area. It's a little dry and dusty. Houghton Lake is nice. It's a resort town, but we went there. We went to Houghton Lake every summer back in the '60s just because they had go-kart tracks. Oat milk, yeah, oat milk is doable too. I'm just gonna see if I feel any different for 1 week. You know, some people are gonna say, "Well, that's not long enough." Yeah, it should be long enough. Your system kind of regenerates pretty quick. We shed a lot of cells. Okay, here we go. Bar 41. Let's see. Bar 41. I'm gonna go ahead and play. We don't even need to practice this. You don't need to hear me do it. Okay. I'm just going to hit the click, and we can start reading this. Okay. Just maybe keep your eye a little ahead so that you're not like hesitating or freaking out, okay? So here we go. Don't freak out. I'll try to keep my. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to repeat this too. If you did that all the way, congratulations. Now you can say the letter names if you want. Say them out loud. B, D, C, C, D. I just don't want you writing them down. D, because it's important to know that these are what notes they are. C, D. Okay, we go. B, D, C, C, D, C, B, C, D, C, C, D, D, C, B. Again. I can harmonize this too. Check it out. It wasn't very good. There we go. It would help if I were in tune. Okay, so yeah, so we've got all the way to the end. I'm getting a lot of messages all of a sudden. Something's going down. You can't do milk. Yeah, milk doesn't bother me. So-called. Oh, cool. All right. My new glasses are ready. Yay. I have to schedule an appointment to pick them up, which is silly, but the COVID stuff is getting old. It's like, really, I just can't show up. All right. So how's it going? Thank you, Bruce, for taking care of all the paperwork. Bruce is my personal assistant. I need an assistant. I'm getting to that point. It's so funny how many people I know have assistants, and a lot of them. Hollywood is rampant with unpaid interns. I would never do that. Hollywood is like one of the big proponents of the minimum wage, $15 an hour. They're all like, "Oh, you need $15 an hour." It's like some parts of the country, you can buy a house, on $10 an hour. But I know where I'm from, you could, but it's like Hollywood is famous for having people that get paid that just do it for free. So they don't. They don't pay anywhere near minimum. Zero is about as far from minimum wage as $1,000,000 is. So, Starbucks shaken espresso chocolate almond ice cream. Oh god, yeah, I can't go there. I just want a coffee. Well, and maybe cutting out milk might help me lose some weight too. So, oh, vocal cords. Yeah, it's not great for vocal cords. I'm not really singing anymore, so I'm not. That's not really an issue for me. But it never really affected me. Well, it probably did because I wasn't a very good singer. So, but it was hard. It's hard to give up the cookies and milk at the end of the night. That's going to be where it's going to be tough. And I've had cookies and water, just because they're out of milk or something. It's like I'm not dunking them though. Yeah. So the time I went water skiing. So we're done with this lesson. So. If I'm not going to probably do any more on this, I might talk reference to it, but we've got 2 so far. Go to the Discord. I pinned that link up here. Go to the Discord and you can download PDFs of both of these lessons. And I will do a new one next week. Okay. And next week I'm going to combine the B and C. I'm probably not going to learn. We're not going to do. I'm sorry, the B string and the E string. So we'll have 6 notes to try to read. I will not do any new elements. Okay, so it'll be kind of a review of the 6 notes and of the elements we've learned, which are whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, ties, quarter note rest, and half note rest. Okay, maybe I'll throw in a whole note rest, but it's not worth it. It's a waste of our time to do whole note rests. Okay, it's a waste of paper space because there's nothing to learn there really except a whole note rest. Cat is just constantly in there, isn't she? Yeah, you are. You good girl? Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of a story time. Yeah, so my friend Chip, my best man at my wedding, one of my best friends, in fact, this is Culver. This is where, so speaking of lakes, Culver Military Academy in Culver, Indiana. His family has had a house up there since the 20s. Big house, 2 houses actually, on the same property, big property on the lake, gorgeous, gorgeous place. And we would go up there on the weekends. You don't even want to know what these places go for, because all the Chicago millionaires and all the Indianapolis millionaires have places there. And so. We would go there a lot of weekends. We would go up there just to have fun and maybe water ski. We would get up early when the lake was glassy because at like 6 in the evening the lake is really choppy because the end of the day, the wind, the sunset, all that stuff. It's the tides or whatever. It's kind of jacked up. But boy, you get up we would get up at 6 or even earlier sometimes. And the lake would just be flat. It looked like a piece of glass. And so it was perfect for skiing. And Chip, we would go to the other side of the lake. Speaking of drinking milk, he would drink a gallon of milk a day at home so he could bring the milk cartons back with him up from home to Culver. Here's the gardeners. See, I told you the gardeners were coming. You don't want to go outside, do you? We would take bungee cords, and we went to over by the Culver Military Academy. They had weights under at the bottom of the lake, like these coffee cans filled with cement with hooks on them, and you would take your bungee cords and you would hook them there. You would dive down, hook them there, and then hook them on the milk carton, and you would do that. You would have to dive down and find them all, so that was a chore. It was the first thing we would do in the morning. We'd drive to the other side of the lake and we'd be diving down and trying to find these coffee cans with hooks on them and hooking these milk cartons on it so that we had an obstacle course. I didn't ski it. We would set those up. And I'm going to move this a little bit. Here's the gardener. She doesn't want to go outside now. Okay. take care of your dog, your puppy, Pepper. Pepper's puppy is not well. Sad to hear. So, so we, Chip would do the obstacle course, and we'd drive the boat, and I'm trying to think. You would drive the boat between them because they would actually be staggered. They wouldn't be in a row. They would be, you go all the way, and he would get all the way down. He was touching his hand. He'd be one-handing it, and I mean the kid was cut. We're the same age. We were born on the same day, same year, and we celebrated our birthdays together. In the summers, and so he would do that. They also had a ski jump over there by Culver. I don't think it's there anymore. Chip's dad was kind of a renegade in water skiing back when water skiing was just beginning to take off. He would do jumps off of buildings. One time, Chip's dad, Bill, who just recently passed away, great guy. He was my stepdad's best friend. That's how I ended up knowing them. But Bill, my stepdad's name was Bill, and his name was Bill. And they had some serious stories to tell. But he would sit on top of like a shed, like a boat shed or something, and they would race the boat out, and he'd go the first time he wanted to fly on the skis. And the first time he did this, he went straight down into the water. The inertia pulled him down in the water, into the dirt underwater, and his skis dug into the dirt. He almost drowned. He was he had to kick his skis off to get out of the situation. But so there's basically three ways you can barefoot ski, and Chip could do all three, no problem. One of them is to go out with two skis, and they would take cheap skis out. They had cheap. I'm like, why do you have these cheap, literally like Walmart water skis? And they're going, oh, you'll see. So we would go out in the lake, and he would be on two skis, and then he would drop a ski, and then he'd be slaloming, and then he would put one foot down, and they would drop the other ski, and then he'd be on bare feet, off on a tow rope, which is really, really hard, and you have to be going really fast. So when you wipe out, you're white. It's just like it's like one of those, and then another way you can ski is they had a ski nautique, which is a ski boat that they use it like the ski shows like in Florida, Winter Haven or whatever those ski shows were. They can tow like 30 skiers behind this boat. It's that powerful. So it can get up pretty good. And it has ski nautique, and it has a platform on the back that's at water level, so you can climb in and out easily from water skiing. So it's really, really nice to get in and out of that boat. It's super easy. And the other way is he would, and we got pulled over for doing this because it was illegal, and not supposed to do this. But you would have a short rope, a rope just a little bit longer than the platform on the boat. And he would stand on the platform holding onto this short rope, and then he would just step off into the water, and then he'd be barefooted like this. And so because you're still pretty far. You're probably this far away from the motor, and you can't fall into the motor because the boat's going that way. You're going to fall the other way. So it's totally safe. Yeah, water is not soft at 30 miles an hour. Not at all. And so it's a weird thing, though, barefooting. When I finally did it, I did it the third way. And that was with a tow bar, and I actually slalom this way too, but it's really done. I don't count it because they have a bar off the side of the boat, okay? And water skiers, I mean, you can get up. You need speed to be able to pull you out. The heavier you are, the more speed you need. A little kid, when you got little kids out there skiing, man, you could be going 10 knots and 10, 12, 13 knots probably. It's probably plenty. I don't know specifically. So there's boaters out there that can tell me more. But hey, Matthew Scott, how's it going? So you basically on this. It's kind of a training bar, like a training wheel for skiers. And so what I did was I went out on two skis, two cheap skis, and I'm holding onto this. No, I didn't. No, I had no skis. I started with no skis, full wetsuit. Okay, so I'm wearing a full wetsuit. You hold on the bar, and you're next to the boat. You're right next to the boat. The boat's here. The bar's coming out like this, right? Okay, so you just hold on to this bar, and it's pretty high up there because it's coming off the boat. It's mounted to the boat, seriously mounted, so it's not going anywhere. Okay, you hold on to this bar, and you're in the water like at a 45-degree angle. You may actually initially you're like this. It's like you're doing a chin up. You're just hanging there when the boat's still. And then the boat takes off and you start doing this, right? Pretty soon you're going, right? So now you're on your belly holding onto this bar and you're just doing this belly thing. So then what you do is you twist. Keep holding on to the bar, you twist your body and you bring you bring your legs around, like from behind you. You bring them around and you twist at the same time, so that now you're sitting on your butt on the water. That's crazy. It's pretty crazy that you're on your butt on the water and you're probably going about at that point 20. You're probably going 20. Yeah, barefoot Bruce. Yeah, probably right. We were probably going a lot further faster. And I was a kid, so it was pretty light back then. So you're bouncing on your butt, but I'm wearing a full wetsuit, so I'm not getting any. That's why you wear the wetsuit, so that you're not getting enema, a lake enema, which I've gotten before. But so then what you do? So now your feet are in front of you, and you're bouncing on your butt. You slowly bring your feet down in the water, right? And boy, as soon as your heels hit that water, you pop right up. And it was the weirdest thing because the water, it was cold, but it felt hot because of the friction of going, like Bruce is saying, probably close to 35 miles an hour. And I'm holding on, I can't believe I'm like standing on water right now. I'm like, oh my God, I'm Jesus. And everyone on the boat is screaming, like they can't believe I got up the first time. And so I looked over them because they were screaming, and then I lost my balance, and I fell, and fortunately I had the wetsuit on, which keeps you floated, because I was like, my head hit so hard. I mean, I hit the side of my head, my ear was full of water. It may be why I can't hear out of this ear, to be honest. I can barely, I can hear, but not great. So, yeah, we took so many stupid chances when we were doing stuff. Oh wow, Jeff. Yeah, no, I have friends that, water skiing can be pretty dangerous. But yeah, so I got, when they picked me up, I was like, had all this lake water coming out of me, and I was fine. I was really sore the next day though. I felt it the next day. Yeah, skiing is fun, but you can get pretty sore. The other thing we would do is tubing. Oh my gosh, tubing. So, you know what? I'm going to take off. I know we're only doing this once a week, but I'm done with this lesson. It's so great to see all of you. I want to pay the gardener, so I could stop and walk over and do that, but I kind of want to take care of him, and we can talk more about boating accidents, and maybe keep your notifications on, because maybe Alex and I will try to log in and do a little jam on Sunday or Saturday or something. Probably Sunday is a little bit more relaxed, but we may or may not. I could even live stream the service. I wonder if I could do that. I could live stream me playing for the service from my phone. I don't know, where would I put my phone? I'll have to find a place I could maybe bring my stand, and no, because I need to take my phone off stage, because as soon as I'm done, I can go home. So I need to make sure it's easy for me to get home. But yeah, good to see you guys. And I'm sorry I'm only doing once a week, but man, the last week has been insanely busy, which is really good. Work has been really good. But right now I have nothing to do, but I guarantee you that won't last long. I'm gonna pick up my glasses today, I think, because I'm fairly free the rest of today. So But we'll pick this up. I'm going to do another lesson. So the next lesson will be the B string and the E string. So no new elements other than that. So it'll be kind of a review of the 6 notes and the several elements that we've been bringing into music reading. And then we'll learn to, and then I think I'll do dyad. So we'll start reading 2 notes at once, which will be interesting. But I'll keep it pretty simple. I won't challenge you. But the great thing is you can print these up and you can practice them on your own this week. If I get ahead of the game and get the BE lesson done, I may do that. Maybe if I don't have anything to do today, maybe I'll do it today. Upload it to Discord, which you can join right there at that link. And then you can download it, print it, and have it in advance so you can already have a heads up of what we're going to do, okay? So I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for watching. Bruce is copy and pasting. No, it's just Wednesday at this point at 9 a.m. Oh, bee stings. I've had a lot of bee stings. I told you the bee sting story. I got swarmed once. So anyway, God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate the camaraderie and how good you are to each other and how much you help each other and pray for each other and think of each other and all that. Just thank you so much. Yep. Stay safe. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.